Hey everybody! When I just launched the game, there was a quick download. I noticed the different splash screen for the additional contents being downloaded. Just kind of flashed by, so I know it's a fairly small content download. I'm assuming that it is dealing with the current limited time series having some of those impossible goals and possibility of extending that 3-hour instant R&D on upgrades and instant service to last longer, since they've announced something about that offer being renewed on possibly like Wednesday through Friday until basically it expires. So let's check it out, since I've already posted the overview of the series, the whole limited time series, going over the cost of upgrading and whatnot. If you haven't checked that out yet, I'll put the link to that video in the description box below, so check that out. But for this, let's actually check into the series itself and see if we can make some progress here. As I said before, when you first start out, you start without any offers being given until you complete the first event. So event number 1 is going to be endurance at Circuit of the Americas. Target distance is 5.8 kilometers. And unlike our usual limited time series, this one does feature cars other than the one that we're racing. So we're going to have quite a variety of cars in the grid, which is fun, but that is, I think, part of what caused the problem of having impossible goals. Because, it's like there was what's that one, McLaren, the MP12C or something like that, the one that Jeremy Clarkson used to make fun of for making the cars sounding like a name of a copy machine. From back in the days of Top Gear. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So that car has a very, very good pickup speed, like acceleration. When it comes down to acceleration, like no car in the same class comes anywhere near. So since they included that car in the same grid with this Corvette that we're trying to win in this limited time series, the problem that we run into, or we were running into, was like when you have a drag race, there's no way this Corvette's going to be able to keep up with the McLaren. Just simply based on its acceleration. When you don't have any corner where the Corvette is going to have an edge, well, drag race, you don't have any corners. So, yeah, no matter how hard you try, not a chance you're going to be able to pull a win out of that one. So yeah, something that I noticed was when I was trying out before the patch came through, I was trying to figure out like how much bot training do you actually have to go through in order to make these goals doable. And the conclusion that I came to wasn't so much the bot training it was slowing down the target speed and target distance in terms of like this endurance race and whatnot, but with the like speed record, like things that's related to speed, it has the bigger determining factor wasn't so much which car you're racing, how many times you restart, but it has to do with what your opponents were racing. So for example, when I was getting a target for the speed record at Daytona that is winnable, basically I was racing against Beamer, GT3 GTS, I think is the car. But when I was pitted up against, once again, McLaren, yeah, there's no way I was going to be able to compete against that car because the target speed was just like way above the top speed this car can do. So, and that one I'm talking about like tier 1 goal. So, well, there's the instant service being offered now. So at the end of that first event is how it gets unlocked. But for now, let's hop into this speed record and see what kind of goal I need to hit. So 274 is my top speed. It better be good bit under 274. And what do we get? 257. Ah, yes, they did fix it. So that quick patch that came through is the patch to address the issue that we were having. And look at that, we are racing against the same car, at least for this event. So that makes it much more manageable. And then we'll see when we go to the next one, the Cup. We'll see if we end up racing cars other than this Corvette, because before the patch came through, it had quite a variety of cars in the grid, which made it for, a fun race. Like Cup race wasn't really an issue. It had, the only problem that you're running into was these events related to that deals with the top speed or things that one car will have a distinct advantage over others, such as, this Corvette generally in the game are better known for their grip than their acceleration, like across the board. So that's their strength. So, when you're pitted up against something like the McLaren copy machine, then you're gonna run into an issue. So all right, so 250 and change was the target speed, and of course, as you notice, I am running without any upgrades at this point, and should be still doable. There we go, 258, and I'm not gonna push any harder simply because the history of this event has shown me that bots are not going to be joking around, possibly. Maybe with the patch, it's back to more of the normal from the pattern of the past. But yeah, I'm not going to take my chances because this patch announcement, a quick release of this patch, to me suggests that they are, I was hoping they would, compensate us for the trouble, but this seems like we're just going to be racing against the same car, at least for this one, speed record, which is fine. At least it makes the challenge doable. A noble concept, I know. Have people race a goal that is actually achievable. And now let's check into this Cup at the Brickyard. 2 laps, road course, and let's see, let's check out the grid, see if it's all loaded up with the same Corvettes, or do we have the variety. That's how they fixed it. They just got rid of all the other cars in the grid. All right, I guess that's a easy fix for them. And all right, so the exciting part of the game also turned into a bit of a headache, I suppose, for the fire monkeys to have to fix. So they decided to go with it seems like the quick fix, which was just get rid of all the other cars and just load up the series with only the identical cars, which means the specs are identical, so there is no reason why no one has unfair advantage over the player. Right. But that kind of, you know, makes it a little bit more conventionally boring event as well. But I suppose limited time series. Back to the grinder it is. Oh well. Anyway, at least it's doable now, so yeah, if you're racing against the same car, I suppose there really isn't any point in training bots, is there? I have, you know, we will need to load up the upgrades on this car sooner, while at least I prefer to do it while that 3-hour instant upgrade deal is ongoing, so yeah, the Corvette more grippier than it is as a sprinter, right? So, and yeah, I think there was also Nissan GT-R thrown in the mix prior to the patch download, which means yeah, that car is one of the fastest in terms of acceleration when it's dealing with a straight path. There aren't, I mean, certainly in that class of cars, there's nobody that comes anywhere near. So, yeah, this car ain't gonna cut it if it's mixed in with those cars in the same grid. So the easy fix, I suppose, is get rid of all the others. Just race against the same guys. So, all right, it is what it is. So we'll just carry on with what we're given, which is A-OK. Alright, so I cannot even get it to spin, my goodness. Talk about grip. It's a little too much. It saps all the fun out of the car too, though. You know, that felt like I have like steering assist on. I don't, but it felt like I do. Or I did. So that's not fun. So anywho, that will do it for this tier 1 of the Real Racing 2 Anniversary Celebration Limited Time Series featuring Chevy Corvette C6.R GT2. Now that it's more or less back to being a more conventional, normal, dare I say, limited time series. So yeah, I figure I'll post this video now that I can confirm the problem has been fixed. So yeah, if you've been struggling, struggle no more. Just make sure you're online. So, well, I guess if you're not online, you cannot play the limited time series anyway. So when you launch the game, you'll get the automatic quick download. Hopefully it's quick for you. Mine was pretty quick. I barely caught it, you know, the tail end of that screen, enough that I knew there was something that came through. So yeah, all right, so we'll continue on with a tier 2 where I guess I will get my upgrades on in the next one. So we'll catch you there in the next video. So thanks for watching and see you then.